What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Coach Black, your internet relationship and breakup coach. Today's topic: be prepared for your ex to chase and beg you to fix the relationship. See, as impossible or improbable as that may sound to you, I've had the benefit of coaching hundreds of people at this point, and I've seen this happen over and over and over again. Right now, I can think and see clearly one of my clients, a woman, who the first time I talked to her, she was completely distraught. She was in so much pain and chasing a guy who couldn't seem to give her a moment of his time. He wouldn't give her the time of day. She was trying to fix things, and she'd basically done everything to get his attention. It wasn't working, and she had almost lost hope completely. And then I fast forward with that picture clearly in my mind, seeing her face right now. And I fast forward to the last time I talked to her a couple of days ago, and her ex is the one chasing her, calling her, blowing up her phone. And right now she's at a place where she's completely lost interest in him. She wants to move forward with her life. And it's the strangest thing. It's very interesting to see how the roles can reverse. From one moment you're the desperate one to the next moment you're the one with complete power. But you have to have a deep understanding of relationships and breakups, and I do hope that these videos bring you the clarity and the confidence that you need to move forward and trust the process, because it does work for a lot of people. See, when a breakup happens, a lot of times your ex will send you on a wild goose chase. Now, what does that mean? What they tell you are the reasons for them leaving a lot of times have nothing to do with the tea in China. They'll tell you that you're not attentive, you're not loving, right? Their parents don't like you, their family doesn't care for you. All of these reasons that your ex conjures up as the reason that they're leaving, when truthfully, the reason that they're leaving is because their attraction for you is low. Their desire for the relationship is low. When attraction is high, when someone is fully invested in you emotionally, they can overcome any issue. For the most part, they can overcome most issues. So when they're telling you all of these things, you have to kind of shove that to the side to be dealt with later and focus on the most important aspect of attracting someone to you, which is raising their desire for you. Now, a lot of times when you go through a relationship, we tend to lose ourselves. We lose our power. You put your life on the back burner, all of the things that you cared about, your passions, your ambitions, you forget about it, all in the attempt to please this person, to make them happy. And in essence, you lose yourself pursuing them. And what ends up happening is that you lose your power completely. When you're at a point where you have zero power in the relationship and your ex has all the power, they become a dictator. If you think about most dictators, they tend to abuse their power. They don't care about your feelings. They tend to push you around. They treat you like you're insignificant. So the first thing that you must do right now is to get your power back from your ex. You must take back control. Now, you've heard about no contact, especially if you've been watching these videos. You have to do this because this is the genesis. That's the first step for you to start getting your power back. Right? It's not just that your ex dumped you. Now you're also walking away from them. That shows some strength. That shows that you're moving in the right direction and you're actually getting your power back. See, I tell you this all the time. To attract someone to you, you have to have or display attractive behaviors. Attractive behaviors are very seductive. Being confident, being assertive, being sure of yourself, not being too available, not being needy. All of these things are very seductive. But the problem with attractive behaviors is that you have all of these thoughts emotions and feelings and patterns of the past that tend to try to influence your behaviors. So now we're facing a catch-22. Which comes first? Do you change the behaviors, or do you change your thoughts and your feelings and how you feel about your ex and all of the things that you're thinking about that makes you want to do unattractive behaviors? For example, your mind and your thoughts are telling you like, this is the person. They are the one. We had a special bond. We had a connection. You're remembering all of the perfect times in the relationship, and that influences your behavior. And now you start to try to call and beg them to try to see things the same way that you do. The reality is, after a breakup, you will most likely not be able to control your thoughts, your feelings, because you've built something substantial with this person. So it's hard to even try to do that. But what you must focus on are the attractive behaviors that will get you the outcome that you want. Forget about everything else. Just think about the outcome. If you want to attract someone to you, you gotta display attractive behaviors. And so you negate your thoughts and feelings and you focus on the behaviors. What will happen is when you start to do the right behaviors, when you start to be more confident, when you start to not be so available to your ex, when you go no contact and never reach out until they start to reach out to you, your self-esteem goes up. And all of a sudden, you doing these behaviors now inform and influence the thoughts and the feelings that you have about yourself or about the situation. You actually do start to become more confident. You actually do start to trust that life will be just fine regardless of what happens. Now, this is very important because you will be tested along the way. Eventually, your ex is going to come back. They're going to throw some breadcrumbs your way. They're going to say something to get your attention. But if you're in this place of total and complete certainty, and now your thoughts are aligned with your behaviors, now you're in a place of complete power. And that's where I want you to get to. When the behaviors in doing no contact actually start to seem effortless. They start to seem natural. It starts to feel like, well, this is just who I am. That is what throws your ex off, and that is what makes them confused. If your ex has the opportunity to talk to you or be around you, and they're throwing all of these things at you in subtle ways, they're testing you, trying to get a reaction, but all of a sudden you're in complete alignment, you're no longer desperate, you're no longer trying to force things, all of a sudden the energy shifts. And that they are the ones that start to seek your approval, trying to get a reaction out of you. And this is where you want to be. I want to give a quick example. If you've ever worked for a major corporation and you've been at a company meeting and you see like the really senior people, like the CEOs, the executives, the VPs, when you're in these meetings and you have like the regular employees or the new employee that just started a couple weeks ago, what you'll notice is the people with the most power tend to say the least. Everyone else is in a scramble trying to prove themselves, trying to assert themselves, trying to say what they think because they're trying to please the person with the power. This is why being silent and going no contact aligns with you raising your value and you taking your power back. And if you can do this, you will notice a lot of times your ex will be the one trying to seek your attention. The client I was talking about that I talked to earlier this week, her ex is the one now all of a sudden blowing up her phone. He's angry. Why aren't you talking to me? Why don't you want to do this? Why don't you want to fix that? And like I said, she's gotten to a place where emotionally she has checked out of the relationship as well. And she just wants to move on with her life. But the point is the power dynamic has completely changed and shifted. So for those of you who actually do no contact properly, you have to be prepared for your ex to chase you. You might not see it right now, but I'm telling you, I've seen it time and time and time again. So it might even get to a point like this client I'm talking about where they're contacting you and you're the one that's irritated by them. You want nothing to do with them anymore. You've moved on. You're on to bigger and better things. And that's what I wish for you. Only if your ex comes back in the right way, they've done some work on themselves, they are a better version, and you see that you could possibly align with them, that's the only grounds that you will consider getting back in a relationship with them. So this is what I do wish and hope for you. But anyway, if you did enjoy this video, be sure to like it right now. Costs you nothing, but it truly does help the channel out. It gets this content out to other people who need it, and I do appreciate it. If you have any thoughts, comments that you want to share about your situation, go ahead and drop it down in the comment section below. I truly do appreciate it. If you want to talk to me one-on-one, the quickest way to do so is to click the first link in description. You can book a coaching call and we can talk about what you're going through and what you're dealing with. I truly do love helping people with their breakups. It's my passion. So if you need help, I'll be happy to help you with that. Also, if you're not subscribed to the channel already, go ahead and subscribe right now so you don't miss any of the videos that I put out on this channel in the future. Anyway, I hope this is helpful. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.